We are back here at the Longbranch with another episode of Shock Talk, switching things up this week. I'm Evan Epstein, joined by our GM, Lizzy Kocer, and our assistant GM, Jordan Lutmer. Well, guys, we always sample some Longbranch food. Today we got a buffalo chicken wrap in front of us, so let's dig in.
Perfect.
Awesome.
It's just two of you guys in the preseason before the interns get here. What work goes into preparing for the season?
I think a lot of people would be surprised to know that this is a full-time operation that goes into the off-season. So between meeting and finding sponsors, meeting and finding host families, recruiting players, which of course Jamie has a huge and predominant hand in that. We moved into our office this year, new merchandise, design, sales. There's a lot of time and a lot of effort that goes into it. And it's definitely a big team effort, but done by the two of us, we managed to get it done.
Yeah, definitely. Going off of that, we did rebrand our logo this year. So just going in factors for that was kind of cool during the off season. Again, looking for host families, doing sponsorships, all that kind of stuff goes in the tails for making a great season so far.
Well, Jordan, what inspired the Zap logo? As you said, it just got rebranded.
Yeah, definitely. Just going more blue this year, pop it out of the baseball field. Just going more blue, going more towards our brand logo, just reaching fans' perspective.
And so this is just the second season of the Oahe Zap baseball. What has been your main takeaway so far this year?
My main takeaway is seeing all the people who we didn't see last year, seeing new fans come in, seeing, new demographics getting hit. I think that we are finally hitting some strides in the community. We are gaining growth. And that's something that, we didn't see quite as much last year. Last year, we had a lot of familial ties, people who had been supportive of the previous organization. But this year, I feel like we're growing in areas that we didn't anticipate, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, definitely bringing people back to the ballpark this year, as they probably have been to the ballpark, but just getting them back in the seat and rooting for the Zap in areas that they haven't done before.
This might be related, but what was one of your main goals going into this season?
My main goal was one word: exposure. Every partner, every family, every person I spoke to in the community, it was about exposing who the Zap are and what we represent and who we want to be for the future. So for me and for Jordan and I, exposing who we are as a brand is, we're stable, we're here, we're committed, and getting our brand out, like Jordan mentioned with our rebranding, getting the brand out and showing people who we are. That was by far my biggest goal and still is to this day for this 2023 offseason and the 2024 season for sure.
Going off of that, just rebranding, as I said before, we have signage everywhere around town, as that is pocket schedules in businesses, sponsorships, stickers on windows, posters on billboard signs, just refocusing on that and going from there.
Well, you talk about pushing the image and how you've done it this year. Do you have any kind of further plans as well? Just 10 games left now in the season for the end of this season and even moving forward to next year. Any more plans in terms of just pushing the brand?
Just not stopping, continual growth, seeing our name in every business that you go into. If you go to eat somewhere, hopefully we have a partnership with that restaurant and that business and that owner, and we don't want to stop. We want to keep that continuing and, keep that going.
It is a small front office, right? Just the two of you guys. Are there any challenges that creates?
I think the only challenge is we want to do more than the two of us can handle. I don't think we've faced a challenge that we haven't been able to handle. I think between the two of us, both of our strengths, both of our weaknesses, I think we're a pretty darn good team. And I think between the fact that Jordan is someone who this community knows so well and Jordan has done so much for this community, I couldn't do it without him. So I find that we have a phenomenal balance. I think, like I said, we just want to accomplish so much, and with two people, you can only do so much. Mm-hmm. But every year we gain a new perspective and we gain, more insight, and that helps us a lot.
Going off of that, there's so much stuff that we could do in this organization, in this community. Just going off of that, just seeing what this organization can do, but then what we can achieve inspires all of us to grow
Well, an unanticipated problem this season. The Zap have dealt with a lot of injuries. As a front office, how do you manage that?
Unfortunately, that's one of those things where you can't control it. It's unforeseeable. But my biggest priority and something I like to preach is that the safety of everyone a part of this organization is our number one concern. How we manage it, I think it's just ensuring that the players always feel safe. And so that if there's a way to, stray away from injuries, we'll try to do our best with our trainers, with our, whatever the guys are doing, pregame, lifting, stretching, all that kind of stuff. When we have to face the music of the injury, I think it comes down to, are we able to continue recruiting? And again, as I mentioned earlier, Jamie has a phenomenal hand in that, and he does very well with the people that he knows. So we continue to recruit, continue to communicate, and always just hope for the safest outcome for our players.
And so, what is your favorite part of running a baseball team?
This is going to be really cheesy, Evan, but since I was a little girl, I always knew I wanted to work in baseball, so this is kind of my dream come true. So every day I just love doing my job. I love being there. I love showing up. I love our group, our interns, the team, everything. I feel spoiled, and at the end of the day, it's always about the fans. And if I can make one fan happy personally, I feel like I've done my job for the day. At the end of the season, you have more time to reflect, but as we're still in it, reflections can come later. I'm just grateful to be here. So every day has been a blast, to be honest with you.
Yeah, back when I was a sophomore in high school, I worked majority of our high school basketball games. It was actually called Venus Graphic Design. I just fell in love with it and then moved on to that through SDSU, South Dakota State. I worked in their athletic program for the Jackrabbits, and then just fell in love with that. And then reaching out to the previous team that was here and going off of that as an intern to assistant general manager for them, and then just having the opportunity for the Zap to be their assistant general manager. It just gives me chills just talking about it. And just seeing this as a community aspect, as being involved in the community and being here, just inspires me to do bigger and better things.
Well, Jordan, you've now been in Pierre for 7 years now, working for, what was the Trappers and now the Oahe Zap. I mean, how have you seen the community kind of just gather around this baseball team here at Hyde Stadium?
Mm-hmm. It just definitely gives me the chills again, just to see people back at the ballpark, to see familiar faces at the ballpark, just to know people by name, but either there or at the ballpark. For an example, going into Walmart, seeing fans in Walmart and just saying hi to them or saying, hey, how's it going? And they actually know your name, but then you don't know their name. It's kind of the awkward situation. But other than that, being from here, being a part of this organization is just a great thing, and a great thing for the organization and the community.
All right, and one final question for each of you. What has been your favorite memory from this season?
This is a pressured question.
Yeah, definitely.
One of those first early wins, the first time, actually I lied, there's two moments. One of the first early wins, because it's the first time that you get to see the light in everyone's face. Like, oh my gosh, the Zap are doing it, we're winning. But I have to say, the walk-off hit the other night against the Bison, I remember standing there and I said under my breath, I go, Buck, just get a walk-off. I kid you not. And that moment again, it gets something excited inside of you, and you see how the team reacts, how the fans react, and to see how many fans were still there, a part of that game with us. It's like everyone is involved. You feel just as much a part of it as, Buck, who was able to get that walk-off. So that was a great baseball moment and a great memory for the season so far.
Yeah, my favorite memories would probably just be the different promotions that we've done this year. We've done Free Fridays. Those are kind of cool, where fans just come out to the ballpark and have a good time. But also having those walk-offs are just kind of a memorable thing that will stick for us for a lifetime. And just seeing the fans happy is another thing that we definitely enjoyed.
All right, well, that'll just about do it for us here on Shock Talk that we have the front office on. It only feels right that we shout out the other interns. Spencer Bright behind the camera, Adam Salem, our graphic design intern, and Nick St. Peter, our baseball operations intern. So obviously everyone behind the scenes doing some good work. Zap have now won 3 in a row. They face the Bison for 2 more here on Thursday and Friday, looking to extend the win streak before a couple of days off. Well, I'm Evan Epstein Lizzy Kocer and Jordan Lutmer, thanks for joining me.
Go Zap.
Thank you, Evan.